All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto our power, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachak Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught us his truth and who also were well. Peace and salutation to those of the hopeful elect. All right, just want to do a quick lesson. All right, going into, prophecy, Trump, he just, got inaugurated. All right, so he's officially the president. All right, and when I was listening and tuning in to his inauguration speech, all right, he was saying a whole lot of proud words. There was a lot of things that was said. All right, but one of the things that caught my attention, all right, is that Trump said that they was going to build, an Iron Dome for America. Okay. And immediately my mind thought of World War III, which is inevitable. All right. Why would Trump speak about building America a U.S. Iron Dome? Okay. Why would Trump say that? Because they understand that war is inevitable. Okay, and what is an Iron Dome? It's a missile defense system. Okay. And, over there in the land of Israel, okay, where those small hats are at, the imposters, okay, they're going to war, all right, with Ishmael over that land that's it's none of theirs, all right, but it's constant war, all right, and, Israel, they have an Iron Dome, meaning that's what they call their missile defense system. Okay, it's supposed to deter and render missiles obsolete. Okay, it's supposed to meet the missile, all right, before it impacts and destroys the missile. Okay, that's what the Iron Dome does. Okay, and the fact that Trump is talking about building one of those for America, that right there is a key indication that we're clearly, all right, about to segue into World War III. All right, and this year is the year 2025. Okay, expect World War III to reach to the point where, Trump he very well may call the draft, all right, that they've been speaking about and hinting at. Okay, this may be the year where, Trump, because, Trump, they're going to be doing all kind of legislation. They're going to be, doing stuff on the fly. Imagine, Trump just saying, we're going to war. All these nations want to gang up on us. All right, we're gonna initiate the draft. Okay, that could very well happen. All right, but nevertheless, all right, major prophecy going into World War III is going to take place. All right. And we, according to the scriptures, we understand that America is going to be destroyed. America is not going to stand a chance, all right, against what the Lord has prepared for it. OK, which is going to be America is going to be totally obliterated by, thermonuclear destruction. All right. All these different nations, China, Russia, even America's own current allies, all right, even they are going to set their missiles upon America and fire them. Okay. Russia, North Korea, China, what the scriptures say. Let me see. This is Jeremiah chapter 51. And I'm going to start at 1. It says, "Thus saith the Lord, behold, I will raise up against Babylon and against them that dwell in the midst of them that rise up against me a destroying wind. And that destroying wind is going to be, from those nuclear missiles. Okay. It says, and will send unto Babylon fanners that shall fan her and shall empty her land. Yeah, because these missiles, all right, that's going to get let loose upon America are going to produce, heat to the point where everything is going to be reduced to the elements. All right. America is going to be completely reduced to the elements. All right. And in the kingdom, America is going to be a monument, is going to be a landmass. All right. That's full of dunes, and it's going to be a desert wasteland. All right. And what's going to, make America a desert wasteland, that fire. OK, it says, and shall empty her land, for in the day of trouble they shall be against her round about. And we're in that time. All right. All these nations are against America round about. OK, you got the BRICS. All right. And what are these nations speaking about? How they can get rid of America. All right. Verse 3, it says, against him that bendeth, let the archer bend his bow, and against him that lifteth up, slack, and against him that lifted himself up in his brigadine, and spare ye not her young men, destroy ye utterly all her hosts. Okay, so America is going to be completely wiped away, and those that are on the soils of America, all right, there's going to be no survivors save those that are of the hope, that are of the elect. Okay, you have to be an Israelite in order to qualify to be able to be delivered. All right, you have to be an Israelite in order to be qualified to be of the elect. All right, so when the missiles is going off, all right, that's going to be when during the time of Yahushai's return, who the world, ignorantly calls him JC. All right. But our Lord Yahushua is going to arrive with the holy angels. All right. And the elect are going to get beamed up into a chariot, because that's the only way to escape nuclear holocaust. All right. And, these other nations are they're going to let loose their missiles. Now, other parts of America is going to get hit with missiles as well. But the majority, the bulk of the missiles that are created in the earth, the bulk of the missiles that are created are going to be used for America. All right. So everybody on the landmass of America that's not part of the elect are going to be destroyed. It says, let me get another precept. This is Jeremiah chapter 50 and 14. It says, put yourselves in array against Babylon round about. So that's what these nations are doing. They're joining forces. All right. These other nations, they already have a far more advanced nuclear arsenal. They have a far more advanced nuclear arsenal than America does. All right. And, America, Trump, he's talking about building that Iron Dome. That's going to be to no avail. All right, because according to prophecy, the Lord said none shall break their rank. So every missile is not going to fail. That's going to be shot on America. They're going to proceed to the target. So it says, put yourselves in array against Babylon round about, all ye that bend the bow. So everybody that's capable of nuclear warfare, all right, they're going to shoot their missiles on America. All right. And it kind of reminds me of X-Men. I believe it's X-Men Apocalypse. All right. Where, the character. All right. The bad guy in the movie was really that character represented Yahushai. When he came back to the earth, he put the spirit on these people. And you can see it in the movie. Their eyes turned white. It's like they was in a trance. And they all pushed the button. They all pushed the nuclear buttons, and the missiles went up in the air. Well, the Lord, he's going to put, the scriptures say, they shall think an evil thought. So the Lord's going to put the spirit on Putin and all these nations to shoot their missiles on America. Okay. So it says, shoot at her, spare no arrows, for she has sinned against the Lord. All right. America has to be made an example because of all the wickedness that America has produced. OK. All the evil, because really the elites. All right. The wicked elites, they used America, all right, to have great influence in the earth. OK, to spread, that westernized ideology. OK, and that poison, has done its damage. And now the Lord is getting ready to make America an example after those that should live ungodly. All right. And America is going to go out just like Sodom and Gomorrah went out, but worse. OK. So let me get another precept since we brought up the missile defense system. All right. Because that's also written in prophecy that their Iron Dome that Trump is getting ready to try to build for America, that's going to fail. OK. I believe it's in Joel. This is Joel chapter 2. And this is speaking of the nuclear missiles, all right, which is likened unto the Lord's army. So this is Joel chapter 2 and 1. I'm going to read down, but the point is in 8, going into the missile defense system. So it says, blow ye the trumpet in Zion and sound an alarm in my holy mountain. And ultimately, that's what the prophets are doing in this time. They're blowing the trumpet. All right. Pretty much this word going out. All right. Warning our people to get right with Yahweh Shema Shai, because the Lord is getting ready to bring, judgment. OK, and the ultimate judgment is the second death, going into the nuclear holocaust. All right. Verse 2, it says, a day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness, as the morning spread upon the mountains, a great people and a strong, there hath not been ever the like. Now, this is not speaking of an actual people. This is speaking of the nuclear missiles. And it says there have not been ever the like, meaning, this is the only time period in the history of all existence that these missiles are going to be used. It's only going to be used for the end time. All right. It was produced in the end time, and it is going to be left here in the end time when those missiles get used. All right. Because after, the destruction is going to be the kingdom of Yahweh Shema Shai, which is going to be eternal kingdom. So the missiles are never going to be created after it's being used in this time. OK, so it says a great people and a strong, there have not been ever the like, neither shall be any more after it. It says, even to the years of many generations. Verse 3 says, a fire devoureth before them, and behind them a flame burneth. So that's literally speaking about the nuclear missile, the ICBM. It says a fire devoureth before them, going into when they touch down and ignite. It says, and behind them a flame burneth. Yeah, that's the jet propellers. OK, it says the land is as the Garden of Eden before them, and behind them a desolate wilderness. All right. Yeah, because America is a teeming, bustling, city pretty much. All right. But it says the land is as the Garden of Eden before them. Yeah, all this luscious, greens. There's all kind of wildlife, deers and whatnot. Well, it says, and behind them a desolate wilderness. So that's what's going to be left of America after those missiles hit. It says, yea, and nothing shall escape them. Yeah. So pretty much only the elect are going to be able to be delivered from this destruction. It's going to take a divine power, all right, to be able to be, saved from this destruction. All right. The elect is literally going to have to get beamed up into a so-called UFO. All right. And be taken outside of America, outside of the earth to escape the judgment. OK. So I'm going to continue to read. It says the appearance of them is as the appearance of horses, and as horsemen, so shall they run. It's just going into the missiles, the prophets, they liken the, what they saw, in the visions. They used the terminology that they had in the ancient times to describe what they saw. Okay, verse 5, it says, like the noise of chariots on the tops of mountains shall they leap, like the noise of a flame of fire that devoureth the stubble, as a strong people set in battle array. Yeah, because when the Lord allowed these nations to shoot their missiles, there's going to be, the scriptures speak about 200 million nuclear warheads. So there's going to be like an army of missiles en route to Babylon. Okay. It says, before their face, the people shall be much pain. All faces shall gather blackness. Yeah, because these people, there's been plenty of movies, that's been depicted that the Lord pretty much put the spirit on these directors, to make these movies. But there's been plenty of movies depicted of the missiles actually hitting America. All right. And in those movies, people was panicking. All right. People's faces, people was fainting. They was hugging their loved ones. All right. And then the Lord even had an actual, account where in Hawaii, there was a false alarm, and pretty much they said nuclear missiles was en route to Hawaii, and people started bugging out. People started freaking out, trying to put their children in a sewer, the sewer drain system, but when those nuclear missiles actually go off, there's nothing you're going to do to be able to escape except if you're of the elect and Yahushua comes back and deliver you. Okay. So I'm going to continue to read verse 7. It says, they shall run like mighty men. They shall climb the wall like men of war, and they shall march everyone in his ways, and they shall not break their ranks. All right. So none of the missiles are going to run into each other and explode. They're not going to, be duds. All right. Every one of those hypersonic missiles that these nations have and nuclear missiles, they're going to hit America. And the Lord is going to make sure that they do. Verse 8, it says, and here's the point going into the missile defense system. OK, the Iron Dome that Trump is talking about building for America, which is pretty much they're telling you that this war is inevitable. OK, World War III. It says, neither shall one thrust another. They shall walk everyone in his path. OK, again, they're not going to, the missiles is not going to, short circuit and fly into each other. All right. And blow up. All right. It says, neither shall one thrust another. They shall walk everyone in his path. So all the missiles, are going to be in a raid in the air. And, that sound is going to be a screeching sound. Everybody's going to be able to hear the missiles en route to America. It says, and when they fall upon the sword, that's going into the missile defense system. OK, when they fall upon the sword, they shall not be wounded, meaning the missile defense system is not going to be is not going to affect them. OK, so the fact that Trump is talking about building an Iron Dome, that's prophecy right there, because whatever missile defense system that America has is going to fail against those nuclear missiles, according to what we're reading right here in prophecy. OK, so I'm going to read that again, Slakia. It says, and when they fall upon the sword, meaning the missile defense system, they shall not be wounded. OK, so, yeah, man, we're getting closer to, the destruction of America, man. All right. To World War III, to all the prophecies being fulfilled. And Esau, Edom, they know they had a short time. So, this may be the year as well that they push the C-HIP simultaneously, while they're, doing the draft. OK, and America is going to be crumbling at the same time, So there's going to be we're entering into the time of Jacob's trouble. All right. But it's going to end with those nuclear missiles being let off in the return of our Lord Yahushua. All right. Because the angels, they're going to be, destroying stuff with the missiles. OK, they're going to be destroying landmarks of America, the different infrastructure. All right. So the chariots, all right, they're going to be aiding the nuclear missiles in the destruction. All right. while the elect get beamed up to escape it. So let me get another precept and I'll begin to close it out. It's in Revelation. This is Revelation 11. I'm going to start at 12. It says, and they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, come up hither. So that's what, is going to be in the Lashon Kodash, the holy tongue, the Hebrew. All right. It's going to be a command, for the elect to come up, and the elect are going to get beamed up into a chariot. So it says, and they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, come up hither. And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud. All right. And that cloud is speaking about a so-called UFO, which when Yahweh Shai returns, he's going to be in the fathership. It says, and their enemies beheld them, speaking of all these wicked people here in Babylon. OK. Verse 13, in the same hour was there a great earthquake going into the nuclear destruction. And the 10th part of the city fell. Speaking of America, America is the 10th part of the city. All right, that's the whole of America. It says, and in the earthquake were slain of men 7,000. And that 7,000, 7 is a spiritual number, meaning completion. So everybody that's on the soils of America is going to be destroyed. And that's a lot of people, save the elect that get delivered. It says in the remnant, speaking of the elect, were frightened and gave glory to the power of heaven. OK, and then it goes on to say, verse 14, it says the second woe is past. Speaking of World War II. And behold, the third woe cometh quickly. World War III. And it's coming quickly. All right. So, Lord's will this be the year the Lord speed it up. All right. Because it has to get worse. All right. Before it gets better. And the scriptures say with great violence, shall that city be thrown down. Speaking of America. All right. So the nuclear Holocaust has to take place. World War III has to take place. All right. But the C-HIP is going to be pushed before World War III. Before the missiles get let off, I should say. All right, the C-HIP is going to be pushed, and it's going to be the hour of temptation. All right, so, this may be the year. All right, 2025, the hopeful year of deliverance and the judgment and destruction of Esau, Edom. All right, so Lord's will is lesson edifying. I want to say, call all Yahweh Shemal Shai, Bashem Kakodash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught us the truth and who also were well. Peace and citation to those that are hopeful elect. Shalom and above.